Welcome back to the gun dungeon, fellers. Got a little treat for you here today. This is not something I've really ever done before. I don't think I've ever shot gel at 100 yards, but we're going to. We're going to be using this 6.5 Grendel. I have 4 different bullets here. All of them have the exact same charge, 31.5 grains of CFE 223. I have chronographed all of them except for the Gold Dot, I believe. And from the 18-inch barrel that we're going to be using, these are yielding around 2475, high 2400s, low 2500s velocities from an 18-inch barrel. But like I said, they all have the exact same powder charge. They have the exact same overall length, which is 2.24, I believe is what it is, just slightly under the max overall length. And what we have here is we have the Speer Gold Dot, 120 grain. I have the 123 grain SST. I have the 120 grain all copper GMX bullet. And I have the 123 grain ELD-M. That one's just going to be for fun because I want to see what a match bullet is going to do in gel at 100 yards. So y'all get to see that too. Now, I will say the GMX, just my experience with it real quick, is I have the GMX and the new CX from Hornady in 30 caliber in the 110 grain flavors. And the 110 grain GMX is what my daughter has used for her 300 blackout deer hunting for many, many years. And I saw that it discontinued and went to the CX. So immediately I start testing the CX in that same bullet because I wanted to make sure it was going to perform the same as the GMX had, because I wanted to have that same success that I'd had with the GMX prior. And in my experience, I see absolutely no performance change from the GMX to the CX. I think the only difference is they went with the high temperature polymer tip that's supposed to hold up to the higher temperatures of the velocity, the aerodynamic heat from that. It's the same tip that's in the ELD-Ms. I don't see a performance change in the 300 blackout now. So it could be different with different cartridges, different velocities, but in my personal experience in 300 blackout, I didn't see any difference in the GMX and the CX. So I'll just throw that out there for whatever it's worth. But let's just go ahead and get started. 18-inch barrel, 4 different loads, 100-yard gel test. Let's roll. All right, guys. So here we go. First one I'm gonna sling up there, gonna be the 120 grain Speer Gold Dot. Let's see how we do. Hopefully I got this lined up right. Well, I made contact. Let's go see what it looks like. There we go, guys. Got a little dirt on there. It'll be all right, though. Pretty good looking wound track. Looked like I hit a little high. And got our bullet all the way back here, so we did capture that. Pretty excited about that. Good looking wound track, like I said. Look at that. And our bullet resting right around the 23-inch mark. Looks well expanded. Let's see how the next one does. So far, so good. Next up, SST 123 grainer. Oh yeah. Contact again. Oh yeah. Let's check it out. There we go. Bottom track is the SST, top is the Gold Dot. Looks pretty good. You can see that red tip in there. And I don't even need the tape measure because there's our bullet right inside that second block. So less penetration for sure. There's our Gold Dot up there. SST sitting right there about 17 inches. All right, let's try that all copper bullet. Y'all be sure to go check out Vetter Holsters, big sponsor of the channel. Have about any kind of holster you can think of. There's one of the cool designs that they have. You saw the blood red holster for my XDM 10mm. They make a holster for just about any gun out there. A lot of the 10mm stuff. I use their light tuck. That's about all I use anymore for inside the waistband stuff. Great products, great company. Check out Vetter Holsters. You all be sure to go check out Target Sports USA. They're a big sponsor of the channel now. And if you use my link below, you're going to get a free gift at checkout with your purchase. Their Ammo Plus membership is a great value. If you shoot very much at all through the year, it's going to pay for itself in no time and then some. Be sure to check out Target Sports USA. Time for the GMX all copper. What's your prediction? More penetration, less penetration than the Gold Dot? Better wound track? Let's see. I know these things, monolithics, tend to be a little velocity dependent. So let's just see. Yep. We got a rolled off block for sure. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, so unfortunately, if you can see, I put both those shots way too close, the Gold Dot and that GMX shot. You can see the red tip there in the top. Looks like a really good wound track, and it trucks on down. The wound track kind of goes into this second block, this old junk catch block, but there's no bullet. I don't know. I looked at the slow-mo, and I can't really tell. I don't know if the bullet went all the way through both blocks or if maybe it come out the top or came out the side. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. We're going to do it again. I have another one. Let's try the GMX one more time. See, fellas, when you doubt your own abilities, you always make extras. So I did have another one loaded, ready to go. So let's send it. Rolled it real far. All right. All right, a little better this time. This hole right here. Look at the wound track. That is a devastating wound track. Looks really, really good. And keeps on trucking, and it's still making a wound track. And this one, no doubt, not a doubt in my mind. Here's your wound track. All the way through and out that block. So we didn't catch a bullet, but we have 32 inches of penetration. If penetration is the goal, that GMX, CX, whichever one, that may be your baby, because it is flat getting it. All right, let's try the ELD-M. Oh, I hate that we didn't catch one of those copper bullets, but I'd have to have 3 blocks up there. I don't even have a board that long, I don't think. Anyway, it's a penetrator. All right, I don't think we're gonna have a problem catching this one. This one may just fragment. What's your prediction? Will it not expand at all, or will it fragment? I'm gonna vote fragment. Oh, the block's rolling down the hill. Oh. It rolled all the way to the bottom of this hill. Oh. All right, so I had a bottle of water to wash this block off after it's rolled down the hill. And that wound track you're looking at right here next to you with this dark tip is the ELD-M. Take a look. It looks a lot like all the rest of them. And look at it from the top here. Wound tracks look very similar between all of these bullets, including that match, which is kind of surprising to me. But there's our bullet right next to the SST right here. So exact same performance as the SST in my opinion. Now let's dig these three out and take a look. So here we go. This is the Gold Dot. Really uniform expansion there. A little bit of shank lift, get a little bit of shank lift there. This was the SST, pretty mangled. Not really uniform expansion, but a lot of expansion, pretty violent. And this is the ELD-M. Now, one notable difference here is, look at this. Jacket core separation. You can see there's no interlock ring or anything like that inside that jacket. So the core just comes right on out. But it did hold together. It was together inside the block. It didn't come apart like that until I dug it out. So that's what you got. So conclusion time. I conclude that I hate that I couldn't catch a GMX bullet. They just penetrated deep. I have no doubt that it did fully expand. That was kind of my primary concern with an all copper bullet and an intermediate cartridge, is whether it would expand or not at 100 yards. Pretty evident in the reaction of the block and the wound track that we did get good expansion, but we also got really, really good penetration all the way through both blocks twice. After that, the deepest penetrator was the Gold Dot. So when it comes to a deer hunting scenario, if I'm shooting at 100 yards, I'm probably going to choose one of those two. Not saying that the SST wouldn't be a good option, but of the rounds of the bullets that we have here in today's video, I think the GMX is going to be the more expensive option. Is probably going to be one of the better options for deer hunting with an intermediate cartridge, getting good penetration. If you hit bone, something like that, you're ensuring that you're going to get a pass through. The Gold Dot, probably going to be my second option, and it's a little bit more affordable. So honestly, that's probably the one that I will use mostly just because I can afford to shoot it more, make sure that I'm on target, train with it, whole 9 yards, let my wife shoot it a lot, make sure she can make good hits with it. And then the SST be the third option. And honestly, in a pinch, the ELD-M done just fine. I'm not saying it would react like that every single time. Probably going to be a little less predictable than the other three, but performance in what we shot looked pretty good to me. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, stay tuned.